there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. Last time around we fought a little bit all over the place, but more importantly, around Vienna, I believe. No, that was not last time. Last time we fought over here, right? The Battle of Saxony. Or was it the battle? Yes, they attacked us at the Battle of Saxony, and then we fought a battle at Königsberg. So the Russians were advancing. So we're making our way down to attack Poland. What we're going to do today is we're going to attack here. And then we got this army moving on its way to Saxony proper, or the capital, to take the province in its entirety. And then we also have the 4th Army making its way towards the Moldova region. With that said, we're going to kick it off right away. Oh yeah, the 5th frontier is the naval one. Should actually take the time to set up the naval forces, ready them for an attack. I kind of want to know what if they have anything more up there. Do I have a spy plane here.
What do you require?
We'll leave this plane, and then I'll send this one to just go up along the coast here to check what kind of German ships we can find
in the shadows.
So if I'll head over there, because I'm pretty sure there's one situated more out here towards the North Sea, while we have this one sitting right there, so there should be 2 of them. So an attack route might be advisable coming in from over here, striking the bigger fleet first, rather than take the return attack of a stronger fleet. With that said, let's go ahead and kick off this video with an attack against this guy. So he does actually have heavy artillery. He has quite a few of the new troops, as we can see. New infantry battalions, and even 3 elite units. Lots of mortars. I hate the mortars. We should be in a pretty good situation to win this battle, though. Without further ado, then, let's go ahead and defeat the Austrians. And here's my setup for this battle. We've got the artillery in the center. Scott's going to take a defensive position in this forest, backed up by a machine gun, so basically covering this area, while the main thrust is going to be the Australian brigade, followed by the mixed one, or the New Zealand brigade. It's going to bring up in reserve, attacking over the high ground. With that said, let's go ahead and start. Okay, so the Austrians have centered their position way off what I thought they would do. Normally they just do a straight line, but here they've actually put themselves on an angle, and it could definitely be just because my reinforcements turn up in their flank. They do have 2 batteries there, which are pretty nasty. So we want to hit those. They're currently hitting us. The thing is also, right now, I'm getting my cavalry rolling in here. And I kind of want to attack and take these out as soon as possible. But then there's the 1 Dragoon unit right there. Little bit worried about. A lot of the enemy's cavalry is advancing towards our position. And, I mean, my machine gun will be able to cut all that cavalry down in seconds. They're gonna be within range any second now, so I'm gonna tell my machine gun to halt. It's actually already starting to fire on towards the cavalry. And they're starting to lose numbers. And as soon as the Scots are ready to set up here, they're gonna be able to slay these. As a weaker target, they might go for the Canadians. However, the Canadians are hiding behind barbed wire, which should serve pretty well. Since their cavalry is gone, I'll order the Australian light cavalry to go ahead and attack the mortars. Tell part of the Australians to move on a flank maneuver here as to deal with that one dragoon unit. Not entirely sure why you're turning. Advance the machine gun a little bit. The Austrians are moving in a weird way, all kind of away in a corner here, which I'm not sure about. Oh, we've basically broken their artillery to pieces. So once the last cannon there is gone, they're all gone. I'm wondering if the Austrians are leaving. Ooh, I just placed my cavalry going straight into that barbed wire. Should try and avoid that. Right, with the enemy artillery basically destroyed and the cavalry destroyed, I'm ordering everyone to very quickly move up and take position here, cover a lot of ground. Might actually push the New Zealand brigade to the front because the Australian and the Canadian have actually lost quite a few troops. Let's see about aiming for infantry now. And also I'm actually gonna move these pieces of artillery closer so that we can get better shots at the enemy. Unfortunately, I won't be able to move all the guns. Only 2 in this one, and we were unable to get the 4th out of this one, so we'll get 5 guns instead of 8. Got artillery, got troops. Possibility of a cavalry charge coming in from this angle. But first we need to advance with the infantry. Hold down the line. Is that... It's the mortar which is firing and screwing up my machine guns. I think if I set my machine guns here, I already saw like the topographics of the area. I can put them here, they will be able to fire above my Canadian troops. My Scottish troops. Why do I always call them... you are better range. I think we need to advance even further. New Zealanders need to kick in, and then I seem to have forgot part of the Australian brigade. And then the mixed one. Thing is, I need to close as soon as possible here. So let's push further. The sooner I'm able to pin the enemy, the better. We need artillery. Just set it up. Machine guns might hopefully be able to throw a few shots away at the enemy from this position. I guess my troops are going to be very tired here as they actually reach the front line. A little bit better for the New Zealanders. We might actually send these guys onto the flank and break through there. See, the machine gun is set up. Should be able to throw shots at the enemy up there. We're gonna take heavy casualties as we advance here. But there isn't much for it. I'm ordering the advance. And then these will move through here. Scots coming under very heavy fire. I'm gonna tell the machine gun to cover their attack. Start shooting up some of those lighter troops. We're starting to receive fire from the main line of Austrians here.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Oh, they're moving forward? Good. That means that I'm throwing in the cavalry. Let's see. I'm gonna move you closer. You will continue. And then spread out. Oh, here they come. Good strike. Order them to push through. You're taking too long. Move forward. More rapidly. Can I get my cavalry to push through all of this? We're receiving quite a bit of artillery fire. Let's concentrate. Right there. Cavalry is now moving back. The enemy is closing in more or less for a bayonet charge. I might actually... These Australians are so outnumbered, I need to pull them back. I'll order machine gun fire on that position. What's going on with the cavalry? Cavalry should pull away. Okay, so the Australians were broken up by that, but so were the Austrians. And now their entire army fell apart. So a little bit touch and go. But we were victorious. Let's try not to shoot our own troops here at the very end. I'm telling the artillery and all the troops to hold fire. And then we allow the cavalry to run down as many of the Austrians as possible. But there we have it. High casualties on our side, but similarly high casualties for the Austrians, and of course the Austrians lost the field. Very good charge downhill here. If we look through, we can't see that many riders actually taken down in the initial fight here. We have a few Australians mixed in here. Artillery fire plus artillery fire plus machine gun fire broke that attack and kind of crushed them. But yeah, there we have it. Victory. And there we have it. Victory on the battlefield. So we deployed similar amount of troops. The enemy deployed 26 men more, but I mean, that's nothing in the big scheme of things. We managed to lose 700 men, while the enemy lost 2,000. So we have 1,700 men remaining, while the enemy has roughly 500 men remaining. In terms of friendly fire, it wasn't too bad, about 70 or 67 Actually a little bit more, like 75-ish friendly fire. But other than that, pretty good. Machine gun did very good throughout this. 326 kills. Followed by Australian light horse. So that really shows that cavalry charge, how well it went. And then we have the Highlander infantry, probably gained a lot of these kills through shooting down the dragoon advance of the Austro-Hungarians. But there we have that. They remain in play, but yeah, they don't have a lot, do they? I can't pursue and destroy them, but they won't really be able to put up much against us, will they? The remaining enemy force is down here somewhere, probably hiding in the woods, as I recall. Anyways, at this point there's no more moves to be made, so let's go ahead and end turn and see what our adversaries come up with. Reconnaissance plane in Ireland doesn't look like a Piers Craig. We've got... Oh, we spotted a guy hiding there. We have another aircraft spawning in England. Troops in Scotland and troops in Austria. We have a fighter plane. The Scottish troops will be moving down. Oh, we have stabilized the situation down in London. We're gonna need those guys there anyways. I'm sure it'll turn down. Oh, provincial administration. That building was just finished. So that's why that happened. Continue building on the capital. Unfortunately can't recruit any troops there, but never mind any of that. The Miracle of the Sun. Virgin Mary something. Something. The dark side. Oh, I guess the light side, because it was something to do with the sun. Right. The French are actually moving forward, I've noticed. They occupied this mine. You call that a mine? And they're actually moving some armies forward. Yes, here we got an army. Some American troops mixed in with the French. And they might be moving to actually seize Dresden. There's also Italians have turned up. And now I'm having a hard time actually getting through here, because there's so many other armies all over the place that I need to maneuver around. But we're going to try and make our way down to Dresden. In between turns, I actually go ahead and auto-assault this army. They lost their entire force, and we lost about 44 men, I believe, were lost. We have another Austrian force moving forward to attacking us. And the one down here is moving down to burn the port. I'm going to take a look at what these guys got. We got 50% chance of getting in. It didn't work. We can still see a little bit better now. They've got some of those Jaegers. Not a lot of troops. That unit has 19 men. Not good. Definitely not a good start for those troops. Kind of a concentration there as they're holding on to what the Austrians have left. Definitely we have to attack this one and get rid of that one. At some point we'll be able to get at this one. I think this one might very well be just an auto-resolve. At the same time we're closing in here. Hopefully I'll be coming across that bridge pretty darn soon. And then of course we're moving down here. Still want to get a bit of replenishment before we cross over into enemy territory. So we're just going to stop right at the border. Should be that we should be able to jump over to the to attack the guys guarding the bridge there. We got some Russian troops in the area, but we also got German troops close by. I want to take a look a little bit more in the province here. See what's going on. But then still stay close to the capital. Why don't you move up here? Oh, they do have a blocking force there. Do they have anything by the bridge all the way down south? Can't see. Should be fine. Oh yeah, the secondary force. The reinforcement force that we launched. Mostly cavalry. Just gonna move up and join these guys. Looks good, looks good. I think I'm gonna hold off on the navy bit for a bit. Naval battles aren't that fun. And they don't generate that many views, do they? Probably should send away the Scots and then bring in these guys instead to add on to the army. And then the machine gun and the gas might be useful for this army as we now strike the Austrians. Okay, so I can't actually out-resolve it, but it definitely is an out-resolve. We've got 2,400 men with a lot of heavy artillery backing us, while the enemy has, you know, scraps, really, in terms of what they got. Archduke Joseph August of Austria. Unfortunately, August, your days are numbered and you're going to get destroyed. The Australian brigade has suffered too many casualties, so we're going to put that one in reserve. We're going to put the new troops on the front line. So we got the mixed brigade over on the left, and we got the new one, which is 4 regular infantries, ready to march up the center. So let's go ahead and start by doing that. We're going to move the machine gun up to the high hill, and we're going to have the mixed one move up to the Canadians situated on this hill right here. I do think, though, a lot of this will be over just by the concentration of artillery fire down upon the Austrian position. I wonder whether they even get these troops, because they would barely have any money. There's a lot of concentration of enemy troops right here. So I'm going to concentrate the gas to be fired on that area. These guys are just kind of to hold them within this area so they don't spread out. And so that the regular brigade, I think we should rush them actually. The machine guns should be set up here. We got Australian light cavalry coming in. And then this mixed brigade, or the New Zealand brigade, is going to be pushed forward here. Let's make sure that these guys get gassed as much as possible as they move forward here. Pretty good gas hit right there. Took out a lot of enemy troops, to the point where they're actually moving back again. Pulling away from the front line. You know what? I'm gonna send the cavalry around and hit that mortar battery. That's something needed to be done. We'll have still have the Australian advance just in case. But I don't think we'll use them. And currently it looks like the enemy is going to be completely broken just by our artillery fire. Oh, the cavalry rode into all that gas. Unfortunate for them. Yeah, a lot of their infantry units have kind of been broken up there. The infantry is just coming into position. Canadians putting down support fire from the hill. Suffering actually quite heavy casualties among some of these units. This one notably have lost 80 men. But the enemy cavalry is easily destroyed. And we push forward. I'm going to set the cavalry on its course now to go directly for the enemy. go into the lush greenery of the town. If you compare to like the dull greens of the side here, and then almost like a golf course down here. Obviously not maintained, of course, but that's probably because of the war, right? Not really able to hit these guys in the woods that well. I'm gonna switch to have the gas being fired up on those. Light cavalry going for the mortars now. And we should tell everyone to kind of hurry up here. Actually move a step forward. There's no point in us shooting down our own cavalry as they're trying to take out the enemy mortar there. Everyone's moving forward in good order. Cavalry dealing with the mortar. Surprised that they still stand. Most of these troops should be tied up fighting against my troops coming out there, so I might be able to swing cavalry around and deal some damage here. We do have the 60th Hungarians moving to kind of deal with the cavalry, which I'm not too happy with. I'm gonna focus all artillery fire around here just so that if needed I could have the cavalry charging against those Hungarians. Try and avoid as much artillery fire on the enemy or on the you know what? We're gonna focus fire over there. Let's see if we can't close in even further. Cavalry is in a good position. Ready to fire up to the back of the enemy. Very little fire coming from the enemy and very few units up here. So I'm kind of building up for a bayonet charge. I'm going to tell all fire to go in over there. And then I'm ordering bayonet charges along the line. At the same time as that's happening, I'm ordering an attack by the cavalry. Kaiser Tirolejägern holding on pretty well. Similarly to the Bosniaks, which are holding their positions. I'm going to detach you to go and attack there. Cavalry stuck in, fighting the artillery. Damn, they held on pretty darn well. I'm going to tell my units to hold fire. Bayonet attack didn't go too well, but then again my guys had moved over a wide area, suffering from fatigue of moving over such ranges compared to the Austrians, which are fresh. So even though we have the numbers to overwhelm them, seemingly isn't enough. And then we're surprisingly, the enemy managed to survive for so long. But there he got strangled. See if we can get the last guy as well. No, he's gonna go in for the stab on my guy. Damn it. turn around and shoot those ones. Oh, the New Zealand infantry are sent to charge in the mortars. Apparently lost that fight. Which I'm a little bit surprised over. This turned out to be a pretty odd fight, but I guess just because our troops were that tired for this fight, and really that's what stopped us from completely wiping the enemy out. There we go. Probably took way too many casualties. But the Austrians shouldn't really have any stacks left at all at this point. And with only controlling Prague and Klausenberg, is it called in Transylvania? I can't remember what it's called. They can't really raise another force like this, or like anything we've seen. A little bit worried here that I might have lost the cavalry unit. No, it survived. I bet it was just on the brink of getting destroyed. So we actually lost a lot of troops. 800 men, where most of it was inflicted by the enemy. So it was actually inflicted by the enemy. I'm putting a lot of it down to my troops, you know, advanced across the map to meet the enemy. And, yeah, they were so tired when they actually came time to fight hand to hand that they weren't really able to inflict the kind of damage. Also, I do believe they did have 3 units of elite Austrians, so that definitely aided in you know, their defense. Anyways, highest killers goes to the mustard gas projectors, no surprise there. Heavy howitzer, and then infantry must be one of the new, as they lack experience. And then you can go through the numbers. Right. Austrians destroyed. Unfortunately, I can't pursue. We got good replenishment in this region now, and at this point, it really is secure. Like, the Austrians can't really come at us from any angle. So once this unit is cleared out, it's a single artillery piece. We can actually detach the bigger cavalry unit to go after him, to make sure that he gets destroyed. We lost 45 men in the process, but it wasn't that bad. And we gained superior general because of that bit, which is kind of interesting. That little shit battle. Once this unit is gone, we can focus all our troops going up towards Prague. At the same time, this unit will be able to head towards Saxony. Soon enough, we'll be able to strike down here against the Germans. And soon, very few places are left to be conquered until the war is completely over here. We were hoping we might be able to do it. Well, I'm hoping, I kind of want the Russians to collapse just because I can go in and create a bunch of states in the territories that collapse. And it also secure some of my vassals that I've, you know, recently built, or whatever you want to call it, recently released, like Poland, which the Russians aren't happy with. The Russians aren't happy with Croatia either, which they actually have a border with, since they control Hungary. I'm hoping Hungary will revolt against the Russians. Hopefully it'll go well for the revolutionaries against the Russians. Not so much for the communists, but the rest of them. Like the Latvians and the Estonian. Well, the Estonia isn't there, I don't think. But the Latvians, the Lithuanians, the Belarusians, the Ukrainians, the White Forces, whoever really that wants to break away from the Russian Empire. But yeah, we're done for now, so I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!